over the best ways to sit while you are pregnant. And what's interesting is that the heaviest part of the baby is going to be their skull and spine. So wherever gravity is acting on you is going to encourage the baby to move that way. So by your position alone and how you're sitting and your posture, that can influence the baby's position in utero. So it's very important to maintain healthy and engaged posture while you're pregnant to, of course, help the baby's position. So we're going to show you a proper seated posture for pregnancy. And what that's going to look like is when you're sitting, it's best to sit on the edge of the chair or couch because that allows your belly to move forward. When the belly is forward, so imagine I've got a nice little pregnant belly here, you're going to want the belly to fall in between your thighs. So that requires you to open up your knees a little bit wider than your hips so the baby can fall into that open position there. You're going to want to engage your low back and sit up straight. If we're seated like this, remember the heaviest part of the baby is their skull and spine. So if you're sitting all the time like this with that curve here, slouched, the baby is going to move towards your spine, and that's a posterior position. So if you're sitting upright like this, allowing baby to come in between the thighs, that allows the heaviest part of the baby, the skull and the spine, to move forward. So the spine's forward and they can assume that optimal position for themselves and for your comfort level as well. So lastly, you're going to want your joints at 90 degrees. That usually requires you to sit on the edge of the chair. Knees are going to be wider than your hips and the belly is going to fall forward. A great way to assume this position is on a yoga ball. That's usually what I recommend a lot of mamas to use while they're sitting, working, or sitting and watching TV and whatnot. So enjoy.